Wife, 30F, cheated on me, 32 meters, on Valentine's Day after a nearly 17-year relationship. I, 32 meters, came home early on Valentine's Day to find my wife, 30F, running through the house, screaming, and found another person in our home. He's not important except to say she works for him and I considered him a close friend. We started dating in high school and got married in 2018. We've had our problems, but always worked together to sort things out. I'm down to just my mother, sister, and 2 close friends to really talk to. We've been trying to be civil until we decide how to move forward, but it hasn't really been working. I'm terrified of what is to come and I'm afraid I'm wearing thin on my friends' and family's nerves. I'd appreciate some advice and support.
1. Seek a divorce lawyer and start the process. 2. Get a therapist to process your emotions.
You have a lifetime to meet new, better people. Nevertheless, go hug your mother and sister.
A double betrayal and 17 years of marriage down the drain, that's a tough pill to swallow. Time to put your game face on and start digging yourself out from beneath this flaming pile of excrement that was your marriage and friendship. Step 1. Spread the happiness around and squeal on the cheaters by telling the other betrayed spouse that her husband is your STB ex-wife. Tell your wife's family, your 2 friends, and your mum and sister because you are going to need support anywhere that you can find it. Lawyer up and get her served ASAP and let the games begin.
Sorry op. Your relationship will not recover from your WW cheating. To be comfortable enough to take a pee into your home for day on Valentine's Day means WW's been doing this for a while. It's always the boss. The sooner you realize WW is for the curb, the faster you'll heal. WW and AP are morally bankrupt to do this to you. They've broken 2 families without any respect or decency. Recommend divorcing WW and start to recover. This is not your fault and you're not a burden on your no civil with cheaters. You need to tell the boss's wife, I'm sure he has one, they always do. And the reason they during the day is to show their deep love for each other. Then WW go out with you and AP with his wife in the evening. No one the wiser, except this time. Expose AP for the boss he is.
Dude, it has only been 1 week. You are not wearing thin on their nerves. First thing, drink water not alcohol, no drugs, get to the gym, take long walks, do everything to take your frustrations out. Get a heavy bag and beat the out of it. Talk to other men, they will keep your thoughts clear. Do not make a decision on marriage unless you are clear. If you don't know what to do then take your time. If she is not trying to show you she has true remorse, not guilt, then you make decisions on how to move forward. Sorry you are here.
I asked me wife for a divorce on Valentine's Day after offering her reconciliation twice. You should skip the pick-me dance. It will be better for your mental health. If you feel like you cannot ask more from your friends and family in terms of emotional support, you should sign up for therapy ASAP. You are in the teeth of the beast, so to speak, only a week from D-Day. Nobody expects you to recover right away. It is never too early to start the process of recovery, though. You will start to feel better when you have definitely ended things with your wife, though. Seek out legal representation and ask her for a divorce. She doesn't strike me as a good candidate for reconciliation, and that will probably just be a painful waste of everybody's. May be wrong. Maybe she will quit her job and go no contact with her app without you asking. Perhaps she will admit to everything, including any other incidents of infidelity, without you needing to pressure her. Maybe she will sign you up for marriage counseling and participate fully. Maybe she will authentically apologize without blaming you for her actions. None of these are likely. What you can expect is minimizing, blame shifting, gaslighting, and DARVO followed by a demand to rug sweep the entire affair or even open the marriage. Only on her side, of course. I encourage you to skip all that and start planning your life without luck, my friend. Be kind to yourself. Remind yourself that you don't owe her anything other than base civility. It may be helpful to go low contact until the divorce is final and no contact afterward. It is easier to heal when you are left in peace.
You have 2 options: 1, reconciliation, and 2, divorce. Reconciliation in the instances of the wife's infidelity fail in over 90% of cases. The basic reason is that she disengaged with her husband on an emotional level and formed a new emotional connection with her app. By the time they got physical, the marriage was already over in her mind. Thus she won't do the work, take the necessary steps, and not be willing to make the sacrifices to truly reconcile. My advice is to follow option 2. Kick your wayward wife out of the house, change the locks, and cut off all contact with her. Block her on all social media platforms and block her phone. Cancel all joint accounts and get you money in your name only. Find a lawyer and start the divorce proceedings.
Write your full story so we can give some suggestions. Seems like you don't want to tell and still asking for suggestions, so please write full story, no matter how long it is.
Mechanical mechs, this is though. As hard as it is, but you need to take action. You need to show that you will not tolerate. Go find a good lawyer. Have him draw up the divorce papers and have her served at her job. If in a later stage you do not want to go through with the divorce, then you can always stop it. By having her served, you show that you are not tolerating. Work on yourself. Keep your mind busy. Go to the gym, work out hard. Work at your career, study, learn new things or take on a hobby. Stay off alcohol for a while, eat healthy. You will see that all these things will benefit you in the long gray rock. Do the 180, ignore her. Look the gray rock and the 180 up. It is basically ignoring her. Only speak to her if it is really necessary. If she asks how your day was, then do not say a word. Cook your own meals, do not eat together. It is really acting as if she does not know. This all will be hard. But it will be the best actions for now. The second and third part you can implement right away. You can start this right now.
3. Expose the affair to family, friends and to OBS.
Your family and friends are the ones who will give you strength through this. Tell them you're grateful for them and let them help you. Don't go through it alone. You are probably hoping for reconciliation because you are a good person, and it is hard for people to change their values even when facing something as terrible as this. But your wife is a liar, cheater, and thief of trust. It is equally hard for her to change her values. She likely won't. Ask yourself if you deserve respect.
Ditto, I'm petty like that.
And on the wife too. It takes two to tango.
This was my first instinct. I wanted to hurt her as badly as she hurt me. I had to call my mother because I realized I didn't have anyone to turn to and talk anything through with. The first day I was smiling, laughing, and joking, probably not really understanding what had happened and really blindsided. I've decided to let her tell everyone. I don't think I could do it without losing more friends in the process.
I don't want to judge, but someone who their's boss, family friend, on Valentine's Day at home, it's suspicious that they have any remorse.
Expose it to work, but wait after you get the okay from the divorce lawyer. There is a chance both will be removed from the company.
Definitely expose it. Don't give her the opportunity to make you the villain in the story.
This exactly is what I'm currently struggling with. I'm not really sure in this moment. I find myself thinking it would be easier to stay, but I would be miserable for a really long time at best. If I leave, our lives are so intertwined, it would feel like ripping an even larger hole out of myself for an uncertain future. Both options.
It's not petty if it's absolutely necessary.
Greater than I've decided to let her tell everyone. I don't think I could do it without losing more friends in the mistake. She's already shown herself to be selfish and a liar and will tell it in a way that reflects the best on her. That means you will be the villain of her story. You didn't treat her right. You just grew apart. You were downright abusive and controlling of her, etc. In other words, you'll lose more friends letting her tell the story than if you did it.
Sorry, my comments came off as a rant of rage, but your post sounds like you're considering going straight for reconciliation, and letting your WW off without consequence. Bosses taking advantage and triangulation, friends, are both triggers for me, which is why it came across as a vengeful. Don't be me. I went straight to reconciliation without consequence on D-Day number 1 at the 15-year, married 12, point in the marriage BC of XWW, past childhood trauma, my work travel schedule, my military career, sunk time in the marriage and the kids. It was a huge mistake, not holding her accountable or the APs for that matter. Telling the AP would have most likely stopped the affair instead of just putting it on hold. And letting EXWW continue working for APBC of the income was another mistake. If you don't hold your wife accountable with real consequences, it makes it so much easier next time. Informing any other betrayed spouse, OBS, is common decency. Your silence makes you a co-conspirator in your WW and AP's affairs. Prior to your D-Day, wouldn't you have wanted to know if your wife was cheating? Most likely people at your WW work know, but didn't want to get involved, or think it's just normal nowadays, or maybe you have an open marriage. Please inform the OBS. She deserves to know, so she can make an informed decision to reconcile and get STD tested. Bosses who take advantage of employees and ruin their marriages don't stop with just one. I know this firsthand as well. I'm truly sorry you're here on this sub. Stay strong.
Big mistake. You always expose cheaters. It's one of the few consequences. Do not let them get away with. Wife knows something is off and likely blames herself. She's going crazy figuring out what she's doing. Assume this is his first rodeo.
All actions have their consequences. Do not reward her betrayal with kindness or acceptance. You have done absolutely nothing wrong and don't accept any responsibility for her betrayal.
You sound like you are set to go against some very good and time-tested advice. Read the above again and understand that these things are necessary to make appropriate and clear-headed decisions. Ignore it your own water, drink, and all that.